Now, have you ever fought with your spouse about money? It can seem like you just have the same fight over and over without really getting anywhere, which is so stressful and frustrating, right? And it's an issue that never really goes away. But what if I told you that money itself probably isn't the real issue? Hey, I'm Dr. Dave, and today's 2-minute tip, I'll share 3 simple ways to improve your finances that will make your marriage better. It's called money habitudes. First, I'm sure you're thinking, Dave, what the corn is a habitude? Well, just like it sounds, a habitude is a combination of attitude and habits. A money habitude is how we think and feel about money, plus how that attitude influences our patterns of behavior. There's a lot that shapes these habitudes from an early age. Things like personal experience, family background, values, fears, and beliefs about what is most likely to make you happy. We have a lot of emotions attached to money, and it's helpful to understand what those are and how they affect what we do. Now, there are 6 money habitudes: security, targeted goals planning, status, selfless giving, spontaneous, and free spirit or carefree. They're pretty much what they sound like. For example, with security, money helps you feel safe and in control, so you tend to do things like have a budget and build savings. Now, there's no best or worst habitude. Each of them has advantages and disadvantages. I encourage you to visit the website linked in the notes below to learn about each habitude. There are some free worksheets that go into greater detail about each habitude, including what they are and how they can help or hinder you. But now, here's 3 tips that can help you and your spouse moving forward. First, identify and learn about your top habitudes and those of your spouse. What do your habitudes reveal about you, your experiences, and what is important to you? What about your spouse? Whether you have similar habitudes, a little overlap, or complete opposites when it comes to how you think about and handle money, developing awareness and understanding are key first steps to learning how to have more helpful discussions about your finances. Now, avoid labeling or judging your spouse because of their habitudes. Instead, ask them questions about what money means to them and how their habitudes affect how they approach things like relationships and lifestyle. It's easier to be patient and willing to work with your partner if you understand why they do what they do, even if you don't agree with it. Chances are their habitudes have to do with trying to meet their basic needs of safety, satisfaction, and connection in a way that makes sense to them. All right, tip number 2, identify and discuss the benefits and challenges of your top habitudes. How might each of your habitudes help or hinder you, both personally and as a couple? What impact do your habitudes have on your daily life and long-term goals? How do they affect how you see each other? If your partner's money habitudes drive you crazy, chances are you're pretty aware of their drawbacks, right? But have you ever considered their positive aspects? As attached to your habitudes as you might be, can you honestly acknowledge some possible disadvantages of them? If you're having trouble identifying the pros and cons of the habitudes, that website I mentioned earlier has some great suggestions. Third, reflect on how knowing about each other's habitudes might affect how you discuss money. Do you think you'll be able to be more flexible and able to compromise? To set and work toward goals that bring you closer as a couple? Maybe you'll be better equipped to set necessary boundaries. Whatever the specifics, hopefully this understanding can help you move forward, better able to work together to create a life that benefits from both of your habitudes. Identifying, understanding, and acknowledging the money habitudes at play in your marriage doesn't mean that you'll always agree on what money means and how to approach it. In fact, you probably won't. But it can help you to approach your habitude differences in a more patient, loving, and helpful way. So that's all for now. I'm Dr. Dave, sharing 2-minute tips to strengthen couple relationships. For more tips and resources, be sure to visit strongermarriage.org.